This video we're going to be talking about pressure, where it's coming from, how to release from pressure. Most of these clips are coming from zone entries because that's when it happens the most often, but I do have one where we're just in the zone as well. But the key is just to understand where the pressure is and where our releases are. So this is Colorado. McKinnon's skating the puck through the zone, and the first thing you want to notice is look at where he's carrying the puck, right? He's able to get inside the dot lanes, which is key, not for the purpose of trying to skate through those guys, but so he could kick it out to Rantanen. Then Rantanen's able to get that puck pushed down to the zone. He feels the pressure of the winger on his back, and so then from there he kicks it back out to Makar. It's a very easy zone entry. Next one here, Colorado again. I want you to notice we got a Toronto forward changing in the neutral zone. So McKinnon knows this is pretty much a free zone entry. So he pushes the pace, he gets up into the zone, and I want you to see something here. Notice Colorado has 4 guys stacked across the blue line. When we look at analytics, it tells us that if we have 4 guys on the blue, we have a better chance of getting this puck back on a zone entry. So McKinnon pushes up. He's able to push this puck back to Kadri. Kadri feels the pressure of that forward coming from top down, so what we call top down pressure, and is able to push that puck back to Makar, and they're able to swing it rink wide. As we know, getting it changing sides of the ice gives us a higher chance of creating offense, and that's exactly what they do for a good scoring chance. It's really fun watching the adjustments that get made in an NHL game. So I'm going to assume that, Seattle's pre-scouted Vegas's power play and their zone entries. So I want you to just watch something real quick. Here's Dadonov on the wall. He's getting pressure from top down, just like we talked about. That forward's coming top down. However, rather than having a stick in his body towards the middle of the ice, he actually tries to take off the wall. And I'm assuming that's because Vegas likes to kick that puck off the wall back to their defenseman. So Dadonov, he just makes an adjustment. Rather than going off the wall, he steps to the middle of the ice and pushes it back to his defenseman. Same game, same teams, and a similar player happens again. Carlson's going to push the puck up into the zone. He's going to kick it out to Waugh. And once again, number 15 in Seattle, bringing that top-down pressure, but look at where his stick and his body are. They're towards the board. So this is just something that they were trying to eliminate from Vegas, and Vegas makes adjustments. So what does he do? He just brings it out to the middle and kicks it back to his D for an easy zone entry. Now I wanted to give you just one example of how this works within zone play, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be on an entry. It could also just be when we're playing 5-on-4 down low, we've already got possession. So this is a play where you see Colorado's got 3 guys on one side of the ice, that defenseman standing in front of the net. So Mikheyev picks this puck up and he releases it far side. And now we're going to watch Spezza. Spezza gets this puck, he's going to protect well. Number 43 for Colorado is going to come down the wall, and he's got a stick towards the middle of the ice. Now I think this is an easy kickback. Spezza could easily just throw this back to his defenseman, but he doesn't. He pushes it down the wall, and he gets everybody trapped down low. Right? He's got everybody trapped down. He's got 3 guys in front, 1 guy on his back, and all he has to do is just get this puck back to the defenseman. And I love where his defenseman's standing right in the dot lane, so Spezza knows if he throws it back there, it's exactly where his defenseman's going to be. Turns into a great scoring chance. Then I'm going to let this run just because it's a little bit of good offense. Little good give and go at the top, and then a 2-on-1 jam play in front of the net leads to a goal. We got to mix the good with the bad here. So here's a couple bad examples of not reading where the pressure is coming and then not making a good decision based on that pressure. So this is Colorado on the power play. This puck gets kicked back to McKinnon. McKinnon's coming through the dots. He kicks out to Rantanen. Everything looks good so far. This looks like every clip we've seen. But notice 15 on Toronto, that's Alex Kerfoot. He's got top-down pressure. This puck should get kicked out. Makar is waiting there on the wall. But instead of Rantanen kicking this puck off the wall like we've seen, he throws it down low, and they're not able to get possession, and Hull's able to ice the puck out. Last clip we have here is from Vegas. You see Theodore skating up the puck up, and that's Jack Eichel on the wall. So we're going to pause it here. I want you to look at a couple things. Notice first, number 63. He's actually moving just a little bit backwards away from Eichel, so he doesn't have good support. Number 81, who's in the middle, it's kind of hard to tell for Vegas. He's moving. Obviously, his feet are moving the opposite direction of the puck carrier. And you got 20, is Chandler Stevenson on the far side. And notice where this pressure is coming from the Seattle defenseman. The pressure is not from the forward coming top down, but the pressure is actually from the bottom to the top from that defenseman. So the only real option that we have is this needs to be a weak side rim to Stevenson or a weak side chuck. But instead, Eichel decides to try to go back to his defenseman, which that's not the play there because we want to work it into pressure. And because he doesn't work into the pressure, puck gets turned over and ends up going out of the zone. All we're trying to do here is understand that when we're on a power play, we got to read where the pressure is coming from, and the key is to work into the pressure. So if you have pressure coming from the top down, meaning from a forward, That means we want to work it back to our D. We want to work it into the pressure because that means that guy is uncovered. Same thing if we're getting the pressure from the bottom to the top like we just saw in that last clip, then we got to work it down low below the goal line where the pressure is coming from.